Hey everybody, welcome back to Harmon Garage. I'm Aaron. I don't really have a specific project to do in this video. I haven't worked on Longstep since the end of the last video. I spent last week finishing up Dirty and she left this morning. All cleaned up, ready to go. They're taking her to the exhaust shop to get that done, and then she's gonna be a driver. So Longstep looks about the same as it did last time you saw it. I got that side of the carpet all trimmed and done. I got to finish up this side. I've been holding off on finishing putting the dash together because I needed the new emblem. I thought we had one, but we didn't, so I had to order that. It took about a week to get here. So that's where we're at. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have a specific, oh, this is what we're doing this time. I just have my list here and we're wanting to finish it up. So this is going to be a video of a whole bunch of little stuff. It's kind of finishing out the project, and by the time we're done, should be ready to start and almost ready to go home as well. Also, when they came to pick up Dirty, I was unaware of this, but they brought me another one. This is a 67 GMC. And the reason they brought it over here is so I could do cab corners, rocker panels, and floor pans. They brought me all the metal to do it. This project isn't, it will be on the channel, but it's not going to be one of the next ones in line. I still have Longstep to finish. I still have Hot Shot to finish. And once we get those two done, then we'll get started on this one. So it'll be on the channel, but it's going to be a little ways down the road. And like I said, he brought it in for the rockers, cab corners, and floor pans, but it could end up being more. There's no telling. We could rebuild the whole truck. So we'll see when we get there. But I just wanted to show you guys the new project we had come in. And now we'll get started on old Longstep over there. Okay, it's another day. I got a little update for you guys. I didn't get much done yesterday. I had a lot of running around I had to do, so hopefully we can knock out a bunch more today. But I got our new badge put on, which allowed me to install the glove box. I got the carpet trimmed and the sill plate put on the passenger side. I got started on installing the seat belt. And I got the new valve covers installed with the breathers. And I started playing with this stainless steel braided wrap for the radiator hoses, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm not having much luck with it, so we'll see what we can do today. But it's where we're at. We're gonna keep plugging away. I really like to have this thing ready to start by the end of the week. So here we go. All right, I know this video hasn't been that exciting up to this point, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to beat through my to-do list, and it's all a bunch of little stuff that's just put this little thing here, do that little thing there. So it's not really a action shot type ordeal where I set the camera up and do a project for you guys. And I kind of warned you about that at the beginning of the video, that this wasn't going to be a whole, you know, this is how you do this, this is what I'm doing type video. It's more of an update of what I'm getting done. But more towards the end of this video here in a little bit, I'm going to finish putting the interior in. And when I do that, I'm going to finish the, hey, I'm putting the interior in. But right now, I'm working on my to-do list here. And I'm knocking it out. I got the O2 sensor done today. I got the vacuum modulator done, washer pump hose, mirrors, door weather stripping. I got the intermediate shaft for the steering column out and painted. I'm waiting on it to dry. So I'm making progress, and it's not, I mean, not really a lot of stuff I can show you, like, oh, hey, we put the hose on there. And, you know, just stuff like that. But I went and picked up a couple things that I needed for the throttle linkage so we can get it hooked up. And then one big thing that I did get done today is the owner of the truck didn't like the sport mirrors. They were too small. He said he wouldn't be able to see anything out of them, and I don't blame him. I mean, I've had a couple of these trucks with sport mirrors on them, and I wasn't a huge fan of them. But so we got the other style mirrors, and I got those all installed this afternoon. So making progress, keeping y'all updated. Getting ready to go home for the day, but I'm gonna come over in the morning, and I think we might be almost to where we're gonna get back on the interior. And I still have plans of trying to have this thing ready to start before the end of this video. I don't want to start it on this video because I want to make a video just on that for you. So I want to have it to where, hey, I'm putting the key in the ignition, turning it on, and cut, and then we'll come to the next video and have a startup video of it. So I'll update you guys again in a little bit. All right, well, it's the end of the week, and I didn't get to where I wanted to be on Longstep. We got quite a bit of work done this week, just not as far as I wanted to, but that's the nature of the beast. So I don't have it ready to try to start it. I mean, I essentially could try to start it right now, but I want to have everything finished before I do. So we'll go back to our little list here. I have very little stuff left that's not crossed off. I got to put the seat and the gauge cluster in, bleed the brakes, install the sway bar, put spark plug wires on it. That's pretty much it. So I should be able to knock that out early next week, get that finished up, and hopefully still finish this truck next week. I'm excited about having it done. It's been here for a while. I've made a lot of videos on it. I'm ready to be done with it and move on to something else. So instead of this being a, hey, look, Longstep's ready to start video, I'm gonna kind of go around and show you guys the upcoming projects that are coming next, talk about them for a minute, and then we'll get out of here. But this is Hot Shot. You guys have seen it before. I get asked a lot of questions about it, about, hey, when are you gonna work on that purple truck? And time's coming. I haven't been doing anything on it because I had Dirty here, and I've been working on Longstep trying to get it done, but I have to shorten the frame on this one, and I didn't want to do all the cutting and grinding and stuff with Longstep sitting in here and risk doing something to that. So I've got to take about 27 inches out of the frame, so I'm going to strip everything down and cut it here and cut it up here, bring it all back together, and then weld it back together and plate it and all that. And I've made a video on doing that before on a 3/4 ton, but I'm gonna go ahead and make another video on doing this 1 ton because it's a little bit different. After we get that done, I got to put a heater core in it, I got to put motor mounts in it, and we're gonna do a seat, a dash pad, door panels, some kind of floor covering, and then I'm going to try to find new front fenders because these are they're in pretty bad shape. Everywhere the paint's missing has Bondo, so I know they're rough. This door's not bad. I can straighten that one. I've got new parts to fix the front end up, make it all nice. This fender's garbage. It's probably 75% Bondo. And then this door, it's got a really bad crease right here and a crease in the middle back here where the rear mirror mount is, and it's folded this door out away from the cab, and it's all beat in here and everything. So I may end up replacing that door. There's a little bit of sheet metal work in the floor that needs to be done, and then I'm gonna scuff it all up and put a budget paint job on it for the guy that owns it. And it's outside. I guess I can walk you out and show you real quick, but the reason we're shortening the frame is because we're putting pretty cool bed on it. But this is the bed that's going to be going on Hot Shot. So I got to shorten the frame down to where this bed will fit, and then we're going to have to make mounts and everything for this bed to go on that frame. So that'll be fun too. And then that bed's going to get cleaned up, and it's going to get painted with the cab so everything matches. It's going to be all white. So that should be a fun project. It'll be cool. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I just haven't had the availability to get started on it, but that's going to be coming real soon, like in the next 2 weeks. And then I started talking about this truck in the beginning of this video. 67 GMC C10, and he originally brought it over here. This is a buddy of mine I do a bunch of work for. He originally brought it over here just so I could do the floor pans, the rockers, and the cab corners. But we were talking, and he wants this to be his forever truck. So we were talking about it, and now we're gonna do everything but paint it. We're gonna pull it all apart. We're gonna lower the back end so it sits level. It's got quite a rake to it now, if you can see it. But we're gonna lower the back end so it sits level. We're gonna clean up everything in the interior after we do the floors and everything and have it all out. We're gonna go back in with nice parts, windows, all that. The wheel tubs are rotted out, so rather than fixing those, we're just gonna pull them out and put new ones in. Tailgate's bent, might try to straighten that, might replace it. I'm gonna clean up, paint the frame. I'm gonna try to talk him into getting rid of the gas tank behind the seat and putting one in the frame rails back there. Got an aluminum radiator with electric fans. We're gonna pull the motor. It has a 3-speed manual trans in it right now. We're gonna rip that out and go back with an automatic. We'll pull this motor out, tear it apart, check it out, freshen it up, clean it up, paint it. Do the whole dress up treatment on the engine compartment. I'm gonna build a whole new wiring harness for it. He wants these cab lights gone, so we're gonna take them off and fill the holes in the roof. There's some dents in the roof. I'm probably gonna grind all this Bondo out and try to straighten that out a little bit. There's Bondo in a couple different spots, but we'll do some body work on that, straighten it up. So basically it's gonna get everything except for the paint job. He's got somebody that's gonna paint it, which I'm happy with because I do a little bit of painting, but I'm really OCD and overdo it, and I'll paint the damn thing 5 times and still not be happy with it. So everything but the paint, we're gonna clean up, paint the frame, clean up, paint all the suspension, all that stuff. Motor, trans, interior, do some metal work on the cab. So this is gonna be a good project also. And when I get Longstep out of here and get going on Hot Shot, I'm also gonna try to bring one of my projects in here. That if you've been watching the channel for a long time, I did a this is what's coming up video way back before I sold my house in Texas and all that. And it's the only truck that I still have that was on that video. And it's called P51. And it's gonna be a drag race truck. I'm putting a roll cage in it. I'm doing all the suspension to it, all that, and I'm building as much of it as I can myself. I want to try to do as much as I can, budget build, and so that ought to be fun. I've been itching to get started on that. I've got a bunch of parts collected for it that have just been sitting, and I haven't had room to get it in. So hopefully, I don't want to take on any more work at this moment. So we're gonna get Longstep out of here, start working on these other 2, and hopefully get my truck in here, because I'm excited about that. And it's gonna be some surprises that are gonna make you guys go, why the hell is this guy doing this? But we'll talk about that more when we get going on it. But I'm different. I like to do stuff different. I like to try stuff other people aren't trying. So that's how that's gonna be. So be more content next week, finishing up Longstep and hopefully starting it well, I will be starting it next week. And once it's started and I clean up the wiring and make sure everything okay, down the road she goes. I'm excited about it. The truck's turning out awesome. I couldn't have hoped for any better. I'm really, really happy with the way it's turning out. It's been a lot of work. All the aftermarket parts, nothing fits. You gotta make everything fit, make everything work. Waiting on parts to come because it's hard to get some of them right now. So it's been, I was looking the other day, I've had it for 7 months, which for a full restoration really isn't that bad. But I'm ready to be complete with it. So I know this video was more of an update than anything, and hopefully I gave you guys a little insight on what's coming up, and you'll be excited about seeing the videos on it. But that being said, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully I'll get a video out early next week with some actual work on it. But y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.